As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program and control. I'm a businessman, yes I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes I'm an entrepreneur.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. And today, Crystal, happy Black History Month.
Yeah, it's my favorite time of the year. It's the shortest month of the year, but it can be quite impactful if we make it impactful, right?
And the only month of the year that we get to talk about us.
Right, exactly. So I like that kind of year. I like that.
we get to talk about us with no remorse.
And we don't have to apologize, and we can just be us. We can be excellence. We can do all of that stuff. So I look forward to this time of the year. It's I wish we could ever to do what we're doing right now is, every month we do the same thing. We actually emphasize and address our Black excellence and highlight all the amazing people that do amazing things in our community.
Yeah.
And there are so many, Gilbert. It's just amazing. It's just awesome.
You know what I'm thinking, Crystal. One of the services that Recycling Black Dollars could offer is like a directory with all of these great Black inventors, all of these great entrepreneurs, that type of thing. So anyone who want to access it, they go to Recycling Black Dollar database and they can access.
Well, actually, when we launched the digital app, I think that you're absolutely right. We could have a segment. We're going to have bloggers that are going to be writing for us. So we'll be able to highlight our Black excellence and our Black people and what's going on and that kind of stuff. So I like that idea. That's a cool idea.
And what we can also do, like today, we got an amazing guest on the show, Dr. Rosa Milligan. Now we could have a little overview in there on her as to her history, what she has done for the community, and why she is one of the dominant figures in this community.
I think you're absolutely right because Dr. Rosie is what we call the mayor of South LA. So
that's what I'm talking about.
She's on a finger on the pulse, and she is really helping Black people, and she's got some great programs that's coming up. So we'll talk about her. We'll talk when she comes on. She'll tell you some of the stuff, and you know how fanatically how I am about our people and making sure that we're striving to be excellent. That she's like a mentor to me. Dr. Rosie is just
very good,
phenomenal.
very good.
I love that lady because I like the fact that she speaks her mind.
Yeah.
And she don't have a problem, but she also understands acquiring wealth. She understands multiple streams of revenue, and she'll tell you when she comes on that she's got more revenue than you could possibly imagine.
Beautiful.
And she set it up. So she's a forward thinker. And she's pretty cool. Hey, LaRon is watching us.
Hey, LaRon, how are you doing, my brother? Good to hear from you. Happy Black History Month to you. I hope you're still working on your music. I know you're a great trailblazer in the industry, so keep it going, my brother. Keep it going.
I know, and we miss you guys over there at the studio. In fact, yesterday was Felicia's birthday, so shout out to Felicia Morris at Morris.
Happy birthday, Felicia!
So LaRon, tell her we're wishing her a happy birthday. So
the poetess
is her. So she's doing great things over there at the studio.
Yeah.
Where we got our beginning. So excited.
She's another Black trailblazers in the community. So she's been doing great work. She started out, with a few pennies, and now she's doing much better with her studio in the community. So that's
Yeah,
great.
she's doing really well. So how do you like my backdrop, my
Oh,
background
oh,
there?
I love it,
I
man. I
have
love it. This is
I have
great.
I have Martin Luther King obviously in the middle there, if you can see.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
um
And Mandela.
Mandela,
Yeah,
Mandela, and there's
yeah.
Dr. Rosie. Hello, Dr. Rosie. We'll be bringing you in shortly, and then we have
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
no, that's not Ruth
Oh,
Bader
Rosa
Ginsburg.
Parks. Rosa
Rosa
Parks.
Parks. That's Rosa
Yes.
Parks. So
You
uh,
know, Ruth Bader Ginsburg kind of looked like her.
I know, huh? She does. She does.
Oh yes, oh
She
yes.
does.
Well,
So
to those folks who are just tuning in, this is a Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. We're on every Friday from 3 to 4, and our show is a show that provides advice, coaching, information, and support services to small businesses, all small businesses in our community, and especially minority communities. We want to reach out to you to help build and foster your capacity. We want to help you to become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. And one of the ways that you can get information from us, Crystal, tell them how to access us through Facebook and YouTube.
So you can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us. I'm going to put a little caption right below our name there, where you can follow us on Instagram. And we're at the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. You can also go over to our website. And actually, this live stream is coming through our website now. So that's the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. You can check us out there. And of course, we're streaming live on our YouTube channel. So please go over there and subscribe to help us grow the subscription. And what else? You can we're also streaming live on Facebook, and so Facebook and YouTube.
Well, also want to give a big shout out to Mr. Michael Henn, who subscribed to our platform and is now one of our new subscribers. So, Michael Henn, much respect to you and thank you for subscribing. Any information that you guys need in terms of business readiness or contract readiness or even bank loan readiness, you let us know. We'll be able to supply you with that data, that information, that coaching. That's what we do. We work with small businesses. Between Crystal and I, we've got over 100 years of experience.
Whoa, we started at 2 though.
That's right. We
We were
started at
prodigies
2.
at 2.
And this is counted in dog years too. So
Righto, my man, my friend, my righto. And
so
also Gilbert, and you know, we've been on air for, this will be our 5th year in July,
yes,
so we're
yes,
really excited.
yes,
And we've grown as we for each year, and we're more comfortable. We have some amazing guests that we've been attracting to the show. So
yeah,
now our next goal, Gilbert, is to monetize the show. So we're we're setting up a Patreon account. So for
yeah.
those of you that love the Business Zone, we are looking forward to you guys supporting us and coming out, and you know, a little few dollars every week helps out a lot, and
Yeah.
to keep the show going on, and keeping us expanding and growing as quality. So we do appreciate you so much, and we truly want to continue to be here on this platform.
And
So
if you guys want us to provide you online courses or online seminars, we can do that too. There's a whole host of classroom training that we provide. It's in our directory, and we'll post it as well. If you want to know about your bookkeeping, want to know about accounting, that type of information, Crystal, she is the queen of that. She'll take care of that for you guys. Uh, Anything regarding certification, minority, woman-owned, small business disadvantage certification, I'm the king of that. I can really help you guys. And we also have a special tool that will help you guys with your back office. So all your paperwork is in one place. You can access it in seconds, and you will be able to function in a high level for contract providers and lenders. If you need to learn about developing a capability statement, developing a statement of qualifications, if you need to know about procurement, contract opportunities, any of those type of things, knowing your personnel, behavioral services, profiles, all of that we can do for you. So
Exactly. And last week we talked about the assessment tool that is part
yes,
of the Small
yes,
Biz Pro. And so if anybody wants to check it out, go over to our YouTube channel and look under the videos for February. Was it February? No,
yeah.
January. We were still in January last week. It's
Oh, were
already
we? Were
yeah.
we? Oh,
Yeah,
January
January.
29th. Yeah, it was
January the
January 29th.
29th. So I got a little confused, but
Yeah,
you
that
can
was a
check it out.
great show on assessment, business readiness assessment or bank loan
It
readiness assessment.
was. It was. It was
Yeah.
excellent.
So for those of you who missed the show and you want to catch up on it and see how that assessment worked for your business, just go to our website, and that's the business zone with crystal and gilbert.com, and you'll find it, or you can go to YouTube as well. So yeah, check it out, guys. Check it out.
Did you
If you
teach
have
any
any
classes this week, my friend?
Actually, no, I didn't teach any classes this week, but I'm planning on doing one on the 17th with GLAC. And on this class for GLAC is Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce. And we have a cohort of 13 small businesses that we've been coaching and building and helping them to become ready. And on the 17th, um, we're going to go over a milestone plan, what they need to do in order to become ready so they can go after contracts and they can go after grants and loans. What we're trying to do is to encourage small businesses to seek out grants as opposed to loans because, as you know, the man is trying to saddle us with all these loans that we can't pay back, and then that really puts small businesses in a bad position. So if you can obtain a grant instead of a loan, that would be a good thing for you. Now, in order to obtain a grant, there are certain things you got to have in place. So, and that's what this show is about. That's what our classes are about. We tell you what key documents you need to have at your fingertips so you can produce it in seconds. So keep listening to the Business Zone. We'll be able to show you guys. We'll provide you a checklist as well. Crystal, how about you? Did you have any classes this week?
Actually, I did. I started a class at Vermont Slauson last night, teaching introduction to accounting tools. So for the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks actually, I will be teaching on QuickBooks and touching on the Wave accounting app. So you have to go over to Vermont Slauson VD VSDEC
VSEDC.
dot org,
.org.
and then you can register. It's a free course, and I will be teaching you how to do how to use QuickBooks and the Wave accounting app. And I also taught for the Women's Business Center on Monday on how to start your business. So I had a couple classes this week. I got some back to backs. I got 3 classes next week, 2 on Monday, and I'm doing the 60 days to bankable, or it's a repeat. And then
Beautiful.
I'm doing determining your purpose for being in business. And then on Thursday, I'll be doing the second, part 2 of introduction to accounting software tools. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
That's beautiful. And for those of our listeners who are viewers who are tuning into the show, just so you know, when we're preparing you to be bank loan ready or lender ready, I should say, or grant ready, some of the key documents you need to have, and I'll just tell you real quickly, you got to make sure you have your balance sheet. And if you've been in business for 3 years or more, you want to have your balance sheet for 3 years. You want to have your profit and loss statements, 3 years, statement of cash flow, if you have that. You want to make sure that your tax ID number is in place. If you have a Dun& Bradstreet number, that's good too. So those are some of the key documents you need. There's more, but this is just to give you a little teaser. So when you're doing Crystal's class, those are some of the key things you need to have in order to get started.
Exactly. That's the only way you're gonna get started in this new world order we living in. So before we get over to our incredible guest, Dr. Rosie, she's in the green room. I'm excited to talk to her. She and I have these riveting conversations about Black people and Black wealth, and whew, and all other people. We catch up at least once a month, and we try to solve the world's problems. And so we're gonna share some of that conversation. But I love Dr. Rosie because she and we speak our mind, but we
That's
love
good.
our Black people.
That's good. That's good. And I think in that vein, Crystal, maybe we should kind of talk a little bit since we're in Black History Month. We should talk a little bit about at least five of our Black inventors that has invented critical tools for us. I can start it out if you want, Crystal.
Yeah, you
Um,
can start it out, and then we have a great little clip from the new is he the Secretary of Defense,
yeah,
which is a first. We got a lot of firsts going on, right? We have Hey Eric, how are you? Welcome to the Business Zone. We have the first Black and Asian and female vice president. And Biden, one thing he has done, which is pretty awesome, is that he has made sure to stay um, true to his word. He was making sure that his cabinet looks like the people in this country. So
yeah.
he's moving in the right direction. So with that, Gilbert, I'll turn it over to you so we can celebrate the Black excellence and the ingenuity and just the amazing people that we are, amazing Black people that we are.
Excellent, excellent. So I'm just going to touch on a few, Crystal, and then we can get back to Major Austin, who's going to be our new Secretary of Defense, and we could probably play that video. So one of the first inventions I want to talk about is the air conditioning unit that was invented by Mr. Frederick M. Jones. This was invented back in 1949. And this is an African American who came up with that. As you know, back in those days, the community in the neighborhood was so hot, they didn't really care about us whether or not we die or not. They have us working out in the sun. so, so we didn't have it. All we had to do was to get little pieces of cardboard and fan ourselves, and that just wasn't doing the job. So so he said, you know what? Why don't I come up with something that can cool us off? So that's how we came up with an air conditioning unit. So that's been a great invention since then, 1949, and that's been going ever since. That's amazing. That's really, really a good thing. Now, the next invention that I want to talk about is a stove. So in that vein, we know things are hot outside. When we get home, we want to cook. We have no food to cook. So we have to cook out, using stones and stuff. So in 1876, we had T.A. Carrington inventing the stove. So that's how the stove got invented. All those other people can tell you that they invented the stove, but they didn't. We did. An African American invented the stove, and that was an amazing invention. Today people are using that. And in 1891, the refrigerator was invented by J. Standard. So, we've got the air conditioning, we got the stove, and then we need to cool things off. So that's why we put it in the fridge to store it, the refrigerator. So, those are some of the inventions I want to talk about today, Crystal. Those are three of them, three prominent inventions. 1949. 1891 and 1876. So those are three amazing inventions done by African Americans.
But okay, now, did you notice that there was a pattern to all of those inventions?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That we were the ones doing the work, and
Yep.
so because what is it, the mother of invention, and
Yep.
to make our work easier,
Yep.
we created a lot of tools that we had to use
Yep.
in order to do our jobs as slaves, and then
Yep.
even as after
Right.
slavery, we had to use those that ingenuity in
Yep.
order to take care of ourselves. And I will say this: we are probably some of the most innovative people on the planet.
Oh, for
And
sure.
everybody knows that but us.
Yeah. That is so true. That is so true. And
So
that's why we want to re-educate the community.
Exactly. So, and next week we'll talk about some more, but pretty much anything that had to do with the household, anything to make work easy,
Yeah,
anything that was convenient, because we were, even after slavery, we were, manning elevators, we were sweeping streets, we were taking care of the horses, we were doing everything. So,
right.
and that comes from our excellence, from our ancestors, from our creator. In Africa, they were already doing this stuff long before they came to America.
That is
And
true.
so,
That is true. And that's part of the reason, Crystal, which, I'm not tooting my own horn, but I am tooting my own horn.
okay, toot your own horn then.
And that's part of the reason why in 2015 I created a platform, a back office platform for small and minority businesses, because they never had a back office that they can use for their own, to store their documents, manage their documents, so they can be more organized when they present themselves to contract providers and lenders. So I invented Small Biz Pro, which is an amazing platform that helps small businesses to identify what they need, what documents they need to run and organize their business. And also, they have access to templates and different documents. If they don't know what it is, a Form W-9, those are in the system. I-9 is in the system. Their statement of cash flow, 4-year P&L projections, all of those things are in the system. So small businesses can become ready, so they can go after contracts, they can go after grants, and they can present themselves properly to lenders. So that's an amazing invention, which we've scoured the market, Crystal. No other entity is doing that. No other entity has a tool like that. And it's a digital, electronic, cloud-based platform to help small and minority businesses become ready.
Well, I think it's excellent. You're standing in the righteousness of your DNA, my brother.
That's right. And I'm standing on the shoulders of those who came before me.
That you are. That you are. Well, we're going to bring on another innovator, and she has been doing some amazing things in the finance world. And like I said, she keeps the Black folks on her toes. We call her the mayor of South LA. And with that, I am going to bring on Dr. Rosie Milligan. She is absolutely awesome. And those in our community know she's awesome. And welcome, Dr. Rosie. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you. I'm just happy to be here.
Welcome to
I'm
the
tickled
business.
black.
Welcome to the business zone, Dr. Rosie. How are you?
I'm good.
I've heard Christelle rave over you so much. I've got to meet this lady.
Veronica says yay, and she also says that Small Biz Pro is the #1 product out there. So how much you pay her?
I haven't paid her yet. Your check is in the mail, Veronica.
Well, we want to welcome you, Dr. Rosie. Dr. Rosie is an author. She's a speaker, motivational speaker. She's a life coach. She has her PhD in business services. She has written, I don't even know. She's going to have to tell you how many books she's written. 26 books.
Oh,
She
my
also
soul.
had, I know, huh? We can't even get our first book out, but Dr. Rosie got 26 of them. And she, in addition to, and she's a publisher. She has a publishing house, and she helps our Black community publish their books and their literary works. She does an annual tour called Black Writers on Tour, where she helps promote and our Black writers and just all of our professionals in our community that are just excellent, showing excellence. And she and I are on the same page about supporting and recycling our Black dollars. But she even takes it a step further. She walks the walk and she talks the talk.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
And she
talking
talks
about.
to you in real plain language, like your grandma. Smack you upside the head when you get out of line. She's the thing. Veronica says Dr. Rosie published her book. So welcome, Dr. Rosie. You can expound on who you are, but I am just very happy to have you here.
Well, I'm really happy to be here. And I do all those things all my life. I have been working to try to help our people. I learned that from my father. My father was a farmer. I hail from South America. You may pick up my accent.
Where where
That's
where in South America?
South America, better known as Mississippi.
Ah,
Uh,
I love it. I love it. I love it.
and I watched my father. He had multiple streams of income, and we didn't even know anything about that. He understood economic 101 and marketing 101. I used to ask my father, "How do you know how much corn?" He would plant stuff, and because we had our own farm, so there were people who were sharecroppers, so they couldn't raise chicken. They wasn't free. So my dad raised enough for everybody. Every Christmas, we gave everybody butter and eggs to make cake. So I asked my father, I said, "Dad, how do you know how much to plant?" He said, "I know how much my children's going to eat. I know how much they're going to steal from me." I mean, he had, because people used to be in our cornfield eating the corn before we knew it was right. So I said, "Well, you should put some poison in the watermelon." He said, "Oh, no, I planted enough for the thieves." So So I guess that's why I'm always trying to have enough for everybody, Chris, trying to drag them and pull them along. But I learned to do multiple things because coming from that background, you pick cotton, you feed the cows, you do so much. So people ask me now why I do so many things, but I always tell them. They used to call me jack of all trade and master of none, but I want to put the word out there. I have mastered everything I put my hand to. So
That's
deep
what I'm
down that,
talking about.
I used to always say, they will find your niche and fill it. You don't even know what your niche is now. And then what if technology put your niche out? Then what are you going to do? So that's how I've been able to survive. Every economy came through. I was able to survive. When I was in real estate, I have a nursing license, so everybody was panicking. I think that was in 1993. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? They just, I'm gonna go sit beside a patient, do some private duty. And when the market came back up, I still had my office. So they had to close down. Now, when you have to close down and then come back, it's harder.
Oh yeah,
So
it's
I've learned
tougher.
to do multiple things. And I've always known before the white man told us that we
So
need multiple streams of income. Black folk waiting on the white man to tell them. I've been telling them for years, Chris, and they were laughing. What you going to do now? But I was steady going. They was talking. I was walking straight into the bank. That's what
so
I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so so
and
your
she has
dad
this.
your dad was the original economist, right?
Yes, 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 yes. And he taught us about selling. I mean, at 10 years old, when he was selling watermelon, people walk up and I said, "Mister, get this one. That's a good one." And I noticed they were getting it. I said, maybe I do know what I'm talking about. But I have been business minded because I know one thing for sure. He who owns the gold is the one that rules. We were able to go to school when other kids had to get off the bus at 13 years old. I was on the bus, we were going to school, and this white man stepped on the bus. He said, "I want all of my hands to get off." Half of that bus unloaded. When I got home, I asked my father, I said, "What did he mean by his hand?" He said, "That means he owns them." That
Wow.
was a lesson for me to own your own. And all of my sisters and brothers, most of us, we believe in having our own business. It's
Yeah,
the way to go.
that's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
I was watching The Legend of Sam Cooke last night, and there was one line that he said that he was telling his brother. He says, "I will never work for anyone, and I will never work a job in a day in my life." And his brother's like, "Well, how you gonna make some money?" He said, "Man, I was born with a talent, and I am going to, and God gave me that talent, and I am gonna sing my way to riches." And that's exactly what he
What
did.
he
He,
did.
That's
while he was on
beautiful.
this planet, he said it was never his goal to work for anybody. His
That's
goal was
beautiful.
to use the gift that God gave him in order to make the money and also be smart in how he did it and own his own music. So I think that's Dr. Rosie. That's when our parents was really teaching us to be self sufficient. And
Right.
I don't know what happened. When did we go in on a different path?
Well, see, they knew, Christian, that we had to survive and we had to take care of ourselves because we didn't have anybody else. Then, after the civil rights movement, an affirmative action, we came under an illusion that we didn't need each other. We would take our talent. It's amazing how you would take what God gave you, your talent, and you ran to give it to the white man. The minute
Mm-hmm.
you got a degree, you ran to give. You didn't feel validated
Yeah.
unless you was in a corporation. You
Yeah.
would look back at going back helping to build a little mom pop business, which
Yeah.
that's what we should have been going to school to do, to
Yeah.
learn how to come back and enlarge on what our parents already had, you know. So we just like when I started writing, there were a lot of people that you need to send your book to Random House. I said, no, if I'm gonna pick the cotton, I'm gonna take it to the gin and I'm gonna get the money.
I love it. I love it.
No middleman for you,
No
huh?
middleman in this, okay? So they didn't feel validated unless they could say, "Oh, I was picked up by Random House," you know. Even though they didn't get but $1 for the off of royalty off their book, I was getting 100% off of mine.
Yeah.
So
And as we all know, that the publishing is the biggest part of doing any materials like books and music and movies. You
right.
know, publishing is the biggest money maker.
And why would you give you just like take for instance some of the big mega ministries?
Hmm.
I mean, they should have their own printer,
Yeah.
hiring their own people to print their books, their
Yeah.
own marketer. But they
Yeah.
out there with the major corporation,
Yeah.
so because they know they don't even have to market, because all
Yeah.
you have to do is show up and you're gonna sell thousands of books.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So really, you think they're making a lot of money, but they're getting like 15%
Yeah.
of that book sale when they could be getting it all and
Right.
hiring other people in their churches. They never got the picture.
So,
And
in other words, what you're doing, Dr. Milligan, is you're teaching them how to fish. You're not catching the fish and sharing it with them. You're saying, "Hey, let me teach you how to fish, so you can fish for yourself and your family."
You can have fish every day.
Yeah, every day. I love it.
exactly, as opposed to them telling you when you can have fish because they didn't run out just as you
Yeah.
done got up to the front of the line.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we just ran out of fish. I'm sorry, you can't have any today.
And how much fish you can have by the time you get 65, they tell you how much fish you're gonna have.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
always presented that. You go for a job, they
Yeah.
tell you at 65 what you'll be earning. I mean,
Yeah.
how you gonna put a cap on me with all this talent? I'm brilliant.
Yeah.
You know? What are
Right,
you talking
exactly.
about? I don't need your watch.
I
Don't buy
love
me a
it.
watch.
I
Give me
love
my
it.
money. I buy the watch that one.
I love it.
I am 100%. So that's kind of what we're talking about today, Dr. Rosie, with Black excellence of Black people and understanding our strengths and being able to identify opportunities for our own people, for the support of our own community. And I know, knowing you and the conversations that I've had, you know an opportunity when it walks in front of you, and you know how to jump right on it and make it
smell
happen.
it. I can smell it 20 miles away.
so one of the things, you and I have had this long conversation and about the fact that there are certain industries that we dominate. We spend all the money in those industries, but we don't have businesses in those industries. So you launched a business last year, right? That is in the hair industry, which represents about 85% consumer sales are Black women. And so can you tell us a little bit about the
hair care industry is a $10 billion annual business. And people say to me, well, Black doesn't have money. I said, I beg your pardon? Because 70% of the hair care revenue comes from Black women.
Yeah.
So, and talking about 10 billion annual, and we don't own a piece of that pie like that. It doesn't make sense, because I truly believe, Chris, that God gave every ethnicity a talent to provide for that group.
Yeah.
I believe He gave us hair because Black women was making money doing hair when they couldn't spell cosmetology.
Right.
There was no such thing as a beauty school. Black men were doing barbering in their homes, had their chair, when there was no barber school.
Right.
And most time it was the we call them beautician at that time.
Yeah.
Beautician and the teacher was the one who sent their kids off to college. They really plug money into the community. So
Yeah.
that's why I believe that we need to take that industry back. Far as I'm concerned, it's the only thing within reasonable reach that we can take back.
Right.
Because 6 out of 10 Black women, they're wearing a wig, a weave, extension, they got hair on their head. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just time that we look at what can we take back. Gilbert, I believe that we have to take something back. We have to let our children know that we were here.
Yeah.
If we don't maintain, they'll look around this. Well, were Black folks ever here? What did they do?
I
We will
totally
be
agree.
written out of history. They
I
won't be able to look up and see business that we own. See the
Yeah.
people that you see doing something that make you aspire. When you
Right.
say what they're doing, I mean, I'm great because I read about Madam C.J. Walker, and I
Yeah.
said she started a business with $1.50. I got a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
You know, she got a little bit more education she had, so I think I can do something
And
I
around
even
here.
the woman that she actually was her mentor, what was
Malone.
right? She actually was the one that started it and started the school, and she was the very first one that created what we think is a Mary Kay kind of platform, but it was
Yeah.
Yeah,
really she created it.
Yeah.
She went out and found women to go out and be salespeople and sell her products,
Yeah.
and that was kind of the beginning. But they were millionaires in the 1800s, right out of
Yeah.
slavery.
Yeah.
yes, exactly. And even Mary McLeod Bethune, she started her school. She had about $1.50. I mean, and we sitting around waiting on somebody to help us get started. It's funny to me when I heard people talking about 3 months ago, when we're going to get our stimulus check. When we're going to get that $600. I said, you could have made $600 picking up balls, okay?
Yeah. See,
Oh,
and that goes back to the philosophy that most of us are always depending on the man. We don't
Right.
need to depend on the man. We can become self-sufficient. We can do our own, and that's why yourself, Crystal, and I, and others, we've been working on self-sufficiency in terms of entrepreneurship. We want to make sure that many of these entrepreneurs know what it takes to be business ready and tap into that contract. The government contract industry is a $500 billion industry. And 25% of that was supposed to be set aside for us, but most of us don't even know that.
Wasn't
So,
ready for it, huh?
no. So,
And you know what? Yeah, but I've heard some Black people say, well, I ain't feeling nothing 'cause I don't want the government money. I want everything he got. He took everything from me, my dad, and my
exactly.
granddad. He owed me. But I hear people say, I don't want no money from the government, honey. I don't want to put my ID out. I don't want to know where we at. I said, them people know where you at.
well, here's the thing.
I want my money. And here's why I want my money, Dr. Milligan. Because as a small businesses, every time I file my taxes every year, they're getting 50% of my money.
Mhm,
50%.
right.
So in essence, it's like they're taking my money without my permission. So why wouldn't I want to tap into their program and get my money back?
Right.
And,
And
and
it's funny, we have so many misnomers because I hear people say sometime in business, it's nothing like having a family business. They
Yeah,
go, well, one
yeah.
thing about it, you can't hire your children. I said, you guys must be blind. Look around at the community. These businesses you see thriving, they have their children working for
Yeah,
them. Go to that
yeah,
right.
market, go to
yeah,
that store.
yeah,
So, I mean, where are you getting the notion that you
yeah,
should not hire your family?
yeah.
And I
Exactly.
say, they go, people steal. I said, well, I'd rather for my son to steal. Maybe I can borrow something from him when I get
Or at least, Dr. Rosie, you hope that when you were training him and rearing him somewhere
Yeah,
down in the deep archives, your
right.
voice is gonna come back and say, "Boy, if you don't put my money back,"
Yeah,
somewhere a voice comes out of the sky. Boy,
that's
you better
right.
put my money back. Dr. Rosie, Alfred Foster, who is he and Veronica, they're here every week, and we thank them so much for
They're
being such avid.
diehards.
Yeah, they're our audience and our fans. But Alfred says, "Hi, Dr. Rosie. Al Foster of the Hollywood Black Chamber of Commerce, past president. I'm now venturing into farming in Africa due to a conversion I had with a conversation I had with you and Watts about 4 years years back
Oh,
at an event Maxine Waters hosted at the AME Church. Thank you, Queen Rosie. No more grease to your elbow. You are blessed and highly favored.
oh,
All
that's so
right.
sweet. That is sweet.
And you know what's amazing, Dr. Milligan? A lot of the things that you're doing it because it's automatic, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And you don't even realize that you're helping people, or what you're saying or doing is providing help. And see examples like these where Mr. Foster is letting you know, hey, this thing that you did 4 years back,
way back.
it impacted my life, and I want to thank you. So that's the thing about us. We are, I call it, we're servant of the people. Okay.
Yeah,
We're I call it professional helper. We're a professional helper because we help people at all times, and sometimes we don't even know who we touch. Then they let us know later on that, hey, what you said here or what you did here changed my life. And that's so rewarding for people like yourself, Crystal, I, and others.
because you're just doing what you do. I
Yeah.
remember Deborah Thorne said to me, and it must have been 20, 30 years ago, she said, I'll never forget when you were speaking about starting a business. And you said child abuse is when your child become an adult and don't have any place to work because you have not prepared anything for them.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
we think child abuse is not getting him them Reeboks or those shoes they want.
Right.
It is important for us to if we Christians cannot absorb some of
Mhm.
the unemployment in our community, shame on us. We
Yeah.
can't expect everybody else to hire all of our people
Right.
while we sit back and do nothing. We
Right.
have to find a way. But I think we got it.
Yeah.
I think
Somehow
we're
I
working.
believe we got it now.
Yeah. We
Yeah, I
got
think
it.
we're getting a little closer. I think this, Gilbert and everyone that has spoken to me know that there are silver linings to this coronavirus and to this COVID. One of the things that I've seen from it is it's forcing us to be dependent and reliant on ourselves.
Hmm.
It's forcing us to go back and dig in deep for our innovation,
Yeah.
so that we can make money, because all at the present moment, if you're not being innovative and figuring out how to reinvent yourself and how to
Yeah.
pivot, you're going to starve, because these individuals that are in Washington are arguing about $600 that they're going to give you, not a week. It just blows my mind. It's not the $600 a week. It's the $600 one time, or the $1,400 one time. What are you how long can $1,400 last you? And
Especially when you're already in the hole.
when you're
Yeah.
already in the hole. So,
Yeah.
okay, it's great. It will take care of an immediate, it's like putting a Band-Aid on a sore. It's going to be there, but if the sore has, become gangrene, then you're going to lose your whole hand. And you're going to be in a worse shape than you were before. So, being able to create and serve yourself and take care of yourself and those that belong to you and your community is very important for us as a people. So I think one of the silver lining has been that, and you all know that my big thing is us closing these silos that we operate in.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think I finally got people to having conversations about us closing the silos,
Yeah.
us collaborating together to create a bigger impact and let our voices be heard. Because one thing that I learned from the Trump era, and his whole thing is, look how he galvanized his people.
Yeah.
And they're not
Wow.
even in the same class. He
Right.
just he used them, and now they didn't created a messiah out of a person that really don't care about them, but he was able to use the impact of the power of those individuals with a similar mindset. So we need to be able to do the same thing. And I know, Dr. Rosie, you've been preaching that for a long time, and as well as myself. And that's why, I just love you for what you've been doing in the community. And I know it's been tough. I know our people tough.
Right.
But you cannot give up, because I keep telling our people, look at here, ain't no plane coming for you, no train is coming for you, Ain't no bus coming for you. Uber ain't coming for you. You don't even have a bicycle coming for you, baby. You got to walk this economic journey by yourself. So
Yeah,
let's get to kicking.
yeah.
Right, exactly.
It,
So go ahead, Gilbert.
I was gonna say, Dr. Milligan, you should patent that phrase right there. I love it.
Oh, you
Ain't no bus coming for you. Ain't no train coming for you. I think you should patent that line right there, man. That's good. That is good stuff.
That's a song lyrics.
Yeah, I
do?
love it. I
I
love
need
it,
to
man.
rap them, huh?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to rap that one.
Tap
No
a
bus
tap.
or train,
No
not even a
train.
Uber.
Tap. No bus. Boom.
I love it. I love it.
So
See,
this new opportunity that you have, Dr. Rosie, you're presenting it to other individuals to get in on it as well, right? Can you tell us a
Right.
little bit more about
We
that?
we created what we call hair bosses, starting their own business. We created them all over the country. We're saying the good thing about it, because a lot of our people is not business minded. They don't want a business. So I just walk them and say, if I can show you how to buy what you're already buying,
Mm-hmm.
but you can buy it wholesale versus retail and you can invest it different. Would you be interested? So you got people all over this country going into business so they can buy wholesale, but then they realize, well, wait a minute, I got 10 girlfriends who need this hair. So
hmm
they envisioned me before they knew it. We
yeah,
have to bust a move right now
yeah,
because
yeah,
we're not asking people to spend any money that they're not already spending. That's
yeah.
why I say this is absolutely like taking, I'm about to say candy from a baby. These new babies, you can't even take candy from them. These are tough babies coming.
True that.
But you're not asking them to spend any money, Gilbert, that they're not already spending.
That's
All
true.
we are saying is let's redirect your spending. That's all we're saying.
That's true.
Mhm.
That is
And
Mhm.
so
it's funny,
true.
Crystal. One lady, she said, I would like to join. It's black owned. I said, yeah, it's a black owned business. What is that? Where the hair coming from? I said, you know damn well it ain't coming from here. It's coming from
That-
where everybody else hair's coming from.
right. That's why you buying it.
Yo, you know you won't end in your hair, okay?
And the sad thing about this industry, Dr. Milligan, I'm sure you already know that, but I would say about 95, 96% of the ownership of these type of businesses are by people of another group, the Asians. The Asians
Exactly.
run that business, and then the other 4% that's out there is run by blacks and minorities,
Right.
but they're not getting recognized. You see
No,
what I mean?
no.
So that's why we got to make this concerted effort to re-educate this
Right.
customer base so they understand that, listen, you may want to go over here to Sally's or wherever to purchase your stuff, but is that recycling the dollars in the community? Is it? you
You
know
know what, Gilbert? I'm so glad you mentioned that because I watch people who go, well, I pay a little less over here, but
yeah,
they go to all these businesses.
yes,
And when somebody die in the community, they
yeah,
come up to my business when they didn't have no insurance or when
hmm,
their daughter's in a debutante. And you know what I say? Now,
yeah.
I'm next door to a nail shop. I said, did you go over there? Did you ask them? Now, why?
Exactly,
Why do you know I'm here when you want something? I've been here
exactly.
all these years. Why
Hmm.
you can't ask the nail shop? Did you go to Louisiana Chicken?
Yeah,
No. Why? Go where you spend your money.
Right.
exactly. And
Mhm,
that's the
mhm.
kind of thing I'm talking about. So we got to re-educate these folks, because they're programmed, and Veronica, she mentioned this earlier in the chat. She said they think that the white man's ice is colder than our ice. And
Mhm.
that's exactly what it is. They think that your ice is not so cold, so they'll go next door to all these other people
Yeah,
and support them.
right.
And when things happen, now they're
They
running
come to
back to
you.
you.
Come to
Yeah.
you.
Exactly.
I
And
saw a
that's what has
picture.
happened now. They
Yeah.
have run, they couldn't go to the white man and ask him how to fix what's going on and how to put food on the table during this pandemic. They
Mhm.
all run all to us now.
Yeah.
What you have, can you help me? Can you
Yeah.
help me? And so hopefully they will see where they got that support, that it didn't come because somebody else, that savior came, or that white
Exactly.
that ice that was colder at the
Yeah.
other white house didn't come and save you. You had to save yourself, and
Yeah.
your community is saving you, and
Yeah.
we're fighting for you.
Exactly. I was looking at a picture the other day because we did our group called Get on the Bus.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we took 50 people to 3 different businesses on
Mhm.
Saturday, and
Mhm.
one was a restaurant. Well, I had a shotgun. I said, "You all getting on this bus." And it was an attorney that was there. And he said, "Girl, you put that down. You can't have no shotgun out in front. You'll go to jail." I said, "For real?" I said, "You all getting on this bus. You gonna patronize black business."
Like I said on the community briefing yesterday, if you guys cannot support a black-owned business during the month of February, y'all just pathetic. Just
Yeah.
pathetic. It's the
Yeah.
shortest month of the whole year. You should be able to go and support a black business every single day for
Yeah.
the 28 days that's of this month.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's Krista, that's a great idea. At least you could do that. I have gone into businesses give where they may have had products, something that I wasn't even interested in buying or didn't need. I
Yeah.
walked into businesses
Yeah.
and gave them $20 to $50. Just say, "This is just because."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just
I don't
because.
need
Yeah.
Oh,
anything
well, can
here.
I give you something for? No, this is just because.
See,
Uh-huh.
just to support, and that's
Mhm.
what we need to do because other groups are doing that to their groups. They're
Right.
doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only ones not doing it for our group, so we keep getting left behind.
Mm-hmm.
So folks need to understand. They need to understand. Listen, if we don't pool our resources, another thing, Dr. Milligan, and I'm sure you know this too, because you've been in the community. They call you the mayor, so I'm sure you're the mayor of all mayors. So you know this, right? So many of these small businesses, they've been leasing and renting facilities for 20 years now. 20 years. And as soon as the economic downturn occur,
Yeah.
they kick
Oh.
them out because they can't pay the rent anymore. And then they decide to rent to somebody else and increase the rent. Or they
Mhm.
increase the rent on them which forces them out.
Forcing them out.
So think about it. In 20 years, they could have pooled all that money and
Yes.
bought their own property and then rent to somebody else too to help them pay their mortgage. You see what I mean?
It's exactly that's what Krista always talk about. We have to do that. My business is like an incubator business. Krista been there. We have tax preparers in there. We have someone who does live scan. My
Mm-hmm.
son has the urban bookstore, all under one roof. So at the end of the day,
Yes.
we all can go home with some money.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
that's what's so important. And
Yeah.
here's one thing, Chris, that irritates me when I try to call a lot of our attorneys. They got they voicemail. Some of them, one don't even have voicemail. Well, I don't want to get back with all those calls. I said, why can't you guys get under one roof and
Exactly.
hire a secretary?
Yeah.
You can't even get them. Sometimes you have a case that somebody need to attend to right away.
Yeah.
They in court with
Yeah.
a voice machine on.
Right.
Chrissy, they got to do better. Somebody's going to have to whip them in line. I'm
Yeah.
going to get my baseball bat. I'm
There
tired.
you go. I said sometimes you just gotta start beating folks. Hey, Gregory Sneed, welcome to the Business Zone. Good afternoon. But you're absolutely right, and we have to really force. That's why I get on my soapbox and I was like, "Now you guys are going to support each other.
Yeah.
Before you spend your dollar, look around and find out if there's something somewhere you can spend your dollar."
Yeah.
Muhammad used to say, if they don't have what you need,
Mhm.
but you look in and you see that they're hiring people that look like you.
Mhm.
He says, and then you make sure when you're having conversation with them that they are well taken care of as employees. Then you still can spend your dollar there because they're taking care of people that look like you. But if you just choose not to support anybody at all and make the I can't find a black business, which is ludicrous, you can call somebody. Or now we do have an issue with customer service, and so we're going to address that issue. We're going to have a conference on customer service so that we can, because you can't have an attitude when you go into a business to spend my money. You got to treat me like you want me to spend my money there.
Right.
So we can fix that. RBD has a resource guide, and we're really excited because we're getting ready to launch our digital marketing platform where every black business in the Southern California area will be listed there. So you will have no excuse. There's investment going in it to make sure that it works for us. So we're going to make it that you have no excuse. So when we do come ask why you haven't support, you're just going to say, cause I don't feel like it.
I feel like sometimes getting my baseball bat, just going standing in the front of some of these stores and just start busting people who walk up in there. I was at a beauty supply house on Manchester, and direct across the street is an Asian beauty supply house. So I went over there and I asked some of the women, I said, why are you all over here versus across the street? Well, when you go over there, they don't have everything you want. I said, if you go to Ralph's and they don't have what you want, buy what Ralph had. That's what you do. You don't walk out the store. You get everything you can get at Ralph, and you go on to Albertson and buy your other stuff, don't you? They go, he.
Yes.
Come on, folks. I said, go over there and buy what they have. If they don't have some of the stuff, it's over here. Ask them if they can order it. And if they can't, they ain't go on across the street. They just run across the street. You can't inconvenience yourself that much. So you rather not give them any business because you think they don't have everything. Maybe they didn't have it the last time. You don't know. Go there first. They may have it this week.
They may have that this week. In fact,
we got one captivated audience here for you, Dr. Rosie. Greg Sneed, he said, "Oh, he's afraid of you on a baseball bat, so he's going to comply."
He calling you Dr. Rosie the slugger. The other thing is, so we had a guest on the show 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Damon Haley. He and his wife own Glow and Flow. That's right there at La Brea and Centinela, right across the street from the Ralphs. And so what he's done is, got investors, and they actually bought an existing beauty supply store for one of the Koreans that was going out of business. And so now it's fully stocked. So you don't have any excuses. And he actually has extended and searched out black distributors that have hair care products. And so one of the things that Damon is doing, he's reached out to the community, and I'm going to share with us a video that I'm doing he reached out to me and he asked me if I would hold on, let me get the video. He wanted to donate monies back to RBD if we would market, and he would give us our own day. And so that's what we're doing now, is doing on Saturday. It's a partnership with us and Glow and Flow RBD, and I'm been marketing all week to get people to go out and share spend their money at this black owned beauty supply store. And let me see if I can get it to play so we can. Oh, this is not going to play. Okay, why won't it play? I don't want to play. Anyway, oh, there it is. It's trying to play. Hold on, let's see if it's going to come. So tomorrow between 12 and I'll just stop it. Between 12 and 4 o'clock, there you can go over and get your beauty supplies from Glow and Flow on Centinela and La Brea, which is 933 La Brea Boulevard, and then 10% of all the proceeds on that day is going to come back to RBD. So another reason to support a black business and not just the black business, but also support the community
Right.
and a community organization.
That's right there near Zara's, right? Near Zara Book.
Yeah, it's right. You know where the Starbucks is?
Yeah.
In that big shopping center?
Yeah.
It was a Korean-owned beauty supply, and the owner was looking to sell, and so Damon went and made an offer, and so they bought it, and they opened up last year in 2019,
Good.
and so he's reached out to other organizations. He didn't get as many takers as he would have liked to have had. And but when I talked to him, I was like, that's right up our alley. So I've been marketing it for the last 10 days. And so go out there Saturday tomorrow. That's February 6th between 12 and 4. Stock up on all your beauty supplies. This is a black owned business, and let's support that business as well as supporting RBD.
That's
So,
wonderful.
so for those of you who are just tuning in, or you tapped into Facebook or YouTube, this is the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. We're on every Friday from 3 to 4. Our very special guest today is Dr. Rosie Milligan, and today we're celebrating Black History Month, and we're talking about some of the great Black inventors who have invented stuff for our items for the convenience of Black people and other people. Now, one of the things I like to do, and Crystal and I, we've been doing this show for 5 years now. One of the things I want to do, Crystal, know I like to partner with other businesses. I want to make an announcement right now, right here today, that I'm going to support Recycling Black Dollars for every one of you, Black business or non-Black business, who sign up with Recycling Black Dollars to go through their resource program. I'm going to donate 3 months of Small Biz Pro, which will give you free back office support and setup for your business. So if you don't know what documents you need to run your business, or how to set up your documents so you can operate in compliance, we will do that for you free of cost, 3 months free. So today I'm partnering with Recycling Black Dollars to do that for you, all your members, all of them, Crystal. So if you have 1,000 members, that's what we're doing. 1,000 Black businesses will receive free support from Buchanan and Associates, Small Biz Pro.
Well, we do appreciate that, and that's what we need. We need people that are caring about our community and wanting to put themselves out there and not just talk the talk, but actually walk the walk,
Right.
and say that we're there to help each other.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure that one of the things that Gilbert and I saw, Dr. Rosie and I saw doing this last year with COVID, I tell you, they didn't have documents.
Yeah.
They couldn't fill out documents.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to use They didn't have computer skills. They were, as Skip Cooper says, low tech. Low to no tech. They didn't have that in place. They didn't know where their money was coming from. It was kind of scary. And Dr. Rosa, you do wills and trust.
Right.
I assume a lot of the people that lost family members did not have wills or trusts in place in order to take care of their families after doing this whole crisis that we've been through.
Absolutely, Christian. I turn down people every week who calling me. Now, I've been out here for years saying, you all get your stuff in order. They'll call me. I need to get a power of attorney for Big Mama. How old is Big Mama? She's 96. Is she comfortable? Is she in and out? I don't help people who in and out. Y'all bring them to me when they're all the way in, okay?
Yeah.
Get your stuff in order. Probate is no joke. I mean, you're giving the money to the attorney, to probate that can go to your family, and you open the door for all the fussing and fighting and falling out. And if ever there was a time that Black families needed each other, it's now more than ever before. Right. I've seen them fall out, Crystal, over Mama's fur coat, only to find out later the darn thing was fake. It wasn't even real fur. They fell out.
And you know, Dr. Milligan, it sounds simple, but it's so true. because I remember my mom died in 2018. And when she died, my sister and cousins and everyone, we thought we had a good relationship. But at that death is when we realized that we weren't even friends. We're family members. We're family members, but we weren't even friends. So many things come out, stuff that some people are hiding from the family,
Right.
The will, they're trying to hide any information that could be vital to the growth of the family. It's unbelievable. So you're right.
And you have to sue them, get a lawyer to make them
Yes.
tell you the will. And you know
Yes.
what's really interesting, you guys, because sometimes our people are so secret, Chris. They'll do a trust and they go put it on the mattress someplace. You're supposed to tell somebody where it is, tell them what's in it,
Yeah.
So now here's a scenario. You walk in there, your mama died, and when you're at the hospital, everybody's there, and when the doctors say that this is it, well, the person who's been there all the time, they still leaning over, moaning and groaning.
Yeah.
Somehow everybody else had left the hospital and went to Big Mama's house. And I'm trying to figure out still how they get in her house.
Yeah.
But they're in there rambling, and they pick up that trust, Chris, and they look, they find it. They say, wait a minute, my name is, and she left Bubba something? Bubba never even came to see about her. Guess what they do? They pick that trust up, they tear it up, and throw it in the dumpster. Now guess what happened? Every child get equal share because we know she got a trust because the deeds are recorded, but we didn't know who Big Mom wanted to have everything. So now the court is going to share it equally.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the thing about that is when they destroy that, now you're gonna have to deal with the state, and the state is gonna jag you some money in order to get things settled. So it's gonna cost us eventually, by the state if they don't cooperate. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's just the things that we have to decompose, debrief, so that we can get away from some of the things, the isms and the myths that's going to kill us. But not wanting anybody to know. You suppose that's the purpose of it, is so everybody knows up front. Sit them down and say, hey, we need to have a conversation. This is the way it's going to be. This is who I need to take care of me. And not wait to the last minute so that you're trying to figure it. And like you said, at this point, no, y'all can't even stand each other.
Yeah. Exactly. and see, that's where customer service, it crosses more than just dealing with a customer. Now it deals with the family as well.
Yes.
So,
yes. And one thing that Muhammad used to always say, help our business to be better business. Don't walk out and say, I'm not coming back. Because I could have had an employee that's acting stupid and I didn't even know he did that to you.
Exactly.
So you need to come back to me. So now I was in your business, hear what your employee did.
Exactly.
We've really got to help people and say, well, you know what? I looked over in the corner over there and y'all need to clean up now. Be going, come on, sweep. Y'all can sweep the floor now. You may not have no money, but you can sweep the floor.
Sweep the floor right now. Have nothing to do with having no money.
No, really, we got to go to ABC and start teaching people how to be better in business. A lot of people in business by default, Christian. They got laid off on their job. They got their severance pay. And they say, I always want to be in business. They jumped out there, hadn't taken a course, don't know nothing about marketing, know nothing. But you're so right. I tell anybody out there in business, I don't care how small that business is, learn what Christian are telling you. Get your paperwork in order. Get your federal ID number.
Yes.
Keep record. Don't come walking up to a bookkeeper with a bag of papers. You need to know straight up when you start a business. You need to know, what can I write off? Just like people go sell a house and then they run to that tax person. What's the tax consequence? Well, you should have came to me before you sold the house.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Before, plan it. Don't be reactionary. Be proaction so that you know what to expect on the backside of it. And then now y'all shocked. And then you're like, oh my, the man trying to steal from me. No, you would have known this beforehand if you had reached out to someone, an expert that could have helped you. Don't be blaming it on everybody after you done kept the secret.
And you know what's so funny? It's so important to do records and to file your tax. I want to put that out there, folks. Because a lot of people miss money because they can't show that they ever made it. Because
Yes.
someone
Right.
was talking to me once, and I was talking about the amount of tax I pay. Ooh, that's why you go in business to have a law. I ain't going in business to have a law. Who told black folks that, Crystal?
That is so ridiculous. That is so
It is.
ridiculous.
Well, I wouldn't have paid that much. I said, if I paid them that much, what does that tell you? I made
Right.
some money.
You
You
made
all
some
get
money.
the picture? Now,
Yeah.
when it
Remember-
comes time to get a loan,
Yeah.
they didn't give me they against black folks. No, all black folks didn't report their income.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly. What did Ross Perot say? I don't mind paying taxes because that means I made money.
That's right. That's right. I'm telling you.
Yes,
Dr. Rosie.
somebody told them wrong. Somebody
Yeah.
along the way, somebody
Yeah.
told them wrong.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of those barbershop conversations that they have.
Yeah.
And somebody has erroneous information and they continue on to pass on the erroneous information and then they take it and pass it on to some other people.
And they say it
Dr.
loud. They say it loud, Chris. You know, when people talk loud, it mean they show enough right. They think.
Yeah. Those are the ones we call the street consultants. They're the street consultants, you know.
Oh my God. Dr. Rosie, Alfred says, because of COVID, we are currently attempting to organize a Zoom conference with exporters, Black, that are desirous of finding marketing and distribution for the products. And this is in Ghana. And they want to sell their products here in the United States. We would love to have you participate in it. USC is going to provide the space. It's scheduled in August.
Okay. I'm open.
So we'll get you Alfred's contact information and
Okay.
you guys can have some conversation.
Okay.
Dr. Rosie, it has been absolutely awesome. We so enjoyed the conversation.
We gotta have her back. We're
gonna have to have her back because I tell you, that's why I have to have my monthly mentor. We talk for an hour or so, and we solve the world's problems.
Right. And go back out. We think it's solved. We go back out. So Chris, they still doing it.
Right.
So Dr. Milligan, do you have a contact information that you'd like to put out there so folks can know how to get a hold of you? Or
yes, that's 323-750-3592. 323-750-3592. Email is Dr. Rosie, DR, no period, DRROSIE at AOL.com, or you can go to drrosie.com for my website.
Beautiful.
Dr. Rosie.
And I got my baseball bat. I ain't playing with
it. So Greg says, now I know why she carries the baseball bat.
I love it.
Because sometimes our people only get the baseball bat. So you guys reach out to Dr. Rosie, go over to her. And Dr. Rosie, you have a radio, a podcast yourself, right?
Right, every Tuesday, innerlightradio.com. And I had Jeff Prang on my show this Tuesday talking about Prop 19. I wish I had time to show. You guys, we getting ready to get buried alive. Go to the county assessor's website and look at the information on Prop 19, you guys. I'm telling you. Let's get ready. We got to do some stuff.
Sounds good. And Dr. Rosie, sound like at some point you and I need to collaborate here and try to help many of these entrepreneurs because, what I really want to see is for small entrepreneurs in our community to be ready at all times, And that's part of the reason why we're missing opportunities because we're not ready. So they just pass over us to the next person.
And we want everything free. When you step to Crystal, you step to Giver, you step to me. Look, it's not church where you can just sit up there and enjoy the service and don't have to pay nothing.
That's
okay?
right.
It ain't like that. Come with your checkbook.
That's right.
That's how we are able to survive all these years because somebody paid us.
Exactly. And if they went to the other side and soliciting their services, they're gonna have to pay big time. So I don't know why they think that we're Santa Claus and we're here to give away stuff for free.
You come up in there without your checkbook, I'm gonna pull out my baseball bat.
I love it.
Greg beat you to it. He said, or she and the baseball bat can help be the bill collector.
It was such a pleasure having you, Dr.
Thank
Rosie,
you
on the
so much.
Business Zone. This is phenomenal, and we want to have you back because we need you. We need you. You're a pillar in the community. You understand how things work, and like I say, you are the mayor of all mayors. So
That's right.
let's get people out there knowing that.
Okay. Thank you so
Thank
much.
it's been a pleasure, and thank you so much. Don't leave yet, Dr. Rosie. We're gonna play the what is it?
Major Austin.
Major Austin. So let me see if it's going to play.
Okay.
And we
To be the first African American to become the Secretary of Defense, if confirmed,
can we hear it?
Yeah.
is an
Yes.
enormous honor and a privilege. But it's not the first time that I've been the first. Back when I was a lieutenant colonel, I was selected to be the operations officer for the 82nd Airborne Division. An African American had never held that position before. And later on, I would become the first African American to command an infantry division in combat. And subsequent to that, I was the first African American to command an Army Corps in combat. The first African American to be the Vice Chief of the Army, the first African American to be the CENTCOM commander. It's hard to believe, but it's true. There is kind of a sad commentary here, and that is, it shouldn't have taken this long for us to get here. There should have been someone that preceded me. And I am enormously grateful for the service and the sacrifices of those that went before me. The Tuskegee Airmen, the Montford Point Marines, the folks who served in World War I and World War II, who performed with distinction. And it's on their shoulders that I stand here today. My goal is to not be the last. Hopefully we can set those conditions in place that ensure that I'm not the last Corps commander to command in combat or the last CENTCOM commander, and certainly not the last African American Secretary of Defense.
Amazing.
Oh, that's
Amazing.
beautiful.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that gives you a little goosebumps
Yes,
there,
it
right?
does.
Because
And
we
he's been doing this journey for many, many years, and
Yes.
he's been passed over and over and over, and now is the time.
Yes.
The Biden-Harris team have recognized him, and I'm just hoping that those others in Congress they see the value and don't play politics with him. Just confirm him. Let him do his job.
They're gonna make me
Yeah.
get my baseball bat.
Okay, and that's what it's gonna take. We gotta speak loud. We gotta speak forceful to make sure. And Dr. Rosie and I are all about writing letters. Do we need to start writing some letters?
Yes, we
We want to thank you, Dr. Rosie. We want to thank everyone, Greg and Veronica and Alfred, for tuning in to check out the Business Zone this week. And you are tuned in to the Business Zone with
Gilbert Buchanan
and Christo. We're so happy to have you guys, and we want to see you come back next week. We're here every Friday afternoon at 3:00. Please go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe right there, the subscribe button, and become a subscriber of the Business Zone. We'll be most appreciative. And we want to thank Dr. Rosie. Go over to her website, drrosie.com, and also give her a call if you need a will and trust, if you need a book published, and if you need some hair, Dr. Rosie can take care of you.
and remember also on February 19th, we're gonna have Mr. Brian Butts from American Honda. He's one of the African American decision makers over there, and he will be on this show on the Business Zone talking about procurement opportunities for minorities. Now, again, I'm currently hosting and coaching classes for some minorities with GLAC right now, the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber, and he is a chairperson of that. And I just want to put this message out there to all of you small businesses so you understand. Before you can talk to him, You got to make sure that your business is in order. He's not going to talk to you guys. So if you want to come across being competent, make sure you got that back office set up. You got all the paperwork in order. Because don't talk to him about opportunities if you're not ready, because you only get one shot only. So I just want to let you guys know. So if you want to talk to him on the 19th about business opportunities, let's start working together now so I can get you guys ready. So when you reach out to him, he'll tell you what to do. And as a matter of fact, what he's doing with that GLAC group, he's trying to connect them with the Super Bowl project and many other projects. So you guys want to be ready. Just remember that.
So tune in on February 19th, Friday, which is 2 weeks from now. Thank you, Alfred. Also, if you want to get your books together so that you'll be ready to have this conversation with him, go over to Vermont Slauson, vsdec.org, and sign up for the QuickBooks class that we're doing free of charge. You cannot beat that price. It's called free.
Yep.
And
it's called
and then
$3.99.
$3.99. And
I love it.
I expect to see everybody running over to Glow and Flow tomorrow at 933 La Brea Avenue, right across the street from Ralph's, right behind the Starbucks, and pick up your supplies, your beauty supplies from a Black-owned beauty supply facility. They have everything that you need, no excuses. So go on over there between 12 and 4, and then we're having a drawing as well. So you want to run on out there, make sure you're wearing your mask, and let's be safe. What else is going on? I think that's it. So we are going to be out of here into next week. So stay tuned. Next Friday at 3:00. The Business Zone with Christo
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic.
All righty.
And Dr. Rosie, we
as a small biz pro, so we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, so we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur.
All righty then. So that was great. That was great, Crystal.
Oh. Yeah.
As a small business.
Okay.
Did Dr. Rosie leave already?
Yeah, she left.
Oh, okay. This was a great. Yeah. This was great, Crystal. This is great. Great show. I think
Alfred said
we're
it was a great
still
show.
live.
Oh, yeah.